The problem when we measure our success forwards is that, do you see that that process is what keeps you unhappy? For a lot of people, there would be like a tingle happening, slight tingle. And that is the most fascinating thing. That's why all of these things that I'm teaching here or pointing towards, they point towards the same thing. The most common question I get is, how can I get rid of the sense of lack that I'm feeling all the time? Something is missing from life. I can't enjoy the present moment because I feel like I'm looking forward to the next thing all the time. I can't feel grateful for the now because there's always something better around the corner. I'm always in a rush to get somewhere else. Something is not quite right. Something is lacking. I feel like something is missing from my life. And I will share 4 ways in this video how we can tackle this sense of lack, that something is missing, and start living from a place of fulfillment, regardless of the outcomes that we're chasing. And the first thing here that has been quite profound for myself was when I realized that I had always been measuring my success forwards. I had always been looking forward to my goals, and I had always been chasing a goal, driven for something greater all the time. The problem when we measure our success forwards is that we will always live in a place, in a gap, let's say. I'm not enough as I am. When I have my goal, I will be enough. I will not feel like I'm lacking anymore. And so let's say that we put our goal ahead of us, right? And we see the goal here. It's like chasing the horizon, because we never arrive in this way. The goal will never, we will never arrive at the goal. It will always move away from us, if that makes sense. So when we measure our success forwards, psychologically, what we're doing is that we're telling ourselves that I'm not enough as I am, and I need to be over at my goal to be happy, to be fulfilled. And so what I did is that I started measuring my success backwards. Instead of me fighting my way and chasing my way over to a goal, I started seeing all my achievements that I had achieved so far behind me, and that I was being pushed forward by everything that I had achieved. See if you can do this right now. Let's say that you have a goal in the future and you're chasing that, but we're never content with that, right? So if we instead look backwards and say, or look at everything that we have achieved, and instead of us having to fight our way over to the goal, feel like we're being pushed forward by everything we have achieved. Everything we have achieved is pushing us forward. Just that shift, at least for myself, was a massive thing for me. I got rid of the sense that something was lacking. I got rid of the sense that I needed to improve, to do, to fight, to chase something all the time. And of course, it's valid to want to have visions and goals. But the problem appears when we, or lack appears, I should say, when we expect happiness or fulfillment to come from the goal, because we will just keep chasing it. We will realize that when we have attained the goal that this didn't make me happy, this didn't make me fulfilled. It gave me a little bit of pleasure for a while, but now I'm chasing the next thing. And so when we allow ourselves to be pushed forward by everything we have achieved, instead, we get rid of that sense of that something is missing there. We feel like I've done something good. We feel content. We feel like we are more complete in a way. The second thing I would do if I wanted to get rid of the sense of lack is that I would start to envision everything that I want to achieve, how I want to be seen, all the status I want, all the money I want. I want to envision everything that I want in my life, everything that I want to happen or want to change or want to add or want to take away, everything that is not making you content in the now. And so you envision that in front of you, almost like you put all of these things in a bubble. And then you pop that bubble. And all of those things goes away. They just fade. What appears there? What's left there? It's you, right? It's me. Do you see how that is not lacking? Do you see how everything that we're chasing, all the thoughts that we're chasing, we think that we need these things to be fulfilled? Do you see that it's actually that process or that activity of chasing that, believing that I need these things to be fulfilled or to get rid of this sense of lack, to be happy? Do you see that that process is what keeps you unhappy? Do you see that that entire thing keeps you stuck in lack, that something is missing? So if you get rid of the entire thing that you think that you need, all of these things that you want, just let them fade. And what's left there is what you're seeking. That sensation that arises there, that sensation of just being you, without anything that you think that you need, that sensation that arises there is what you're seeking in the goals. Wouldn't you say? The third thing is a type of meditation. And if you want more help with meditation, first of all, you can apply for my coaching. So click the first link in the description and we can have a chat. And if you want to dive deeper in meditation. I also have another video up here somewhere talking about 3 different types of meditation and how you can go into this deeper. But what I want to share with you is a very simple technique, which is very overlooked. But if we want to get rid of the sense of lack, we want to come out from the mind, because lack can only exist in the mind. Lack cannot exist if we live in the body. So a very simple technique is to just allow ourselves to feel our feet and not think feet, not think the word feet, or not think of a picture of a foot, or not see our own foot from the outside, but just feel our foot. The sense of touch, right? You holding something, I'm holding this thing here, I feel that against my skin. That's the sense of touch. We want to tap into the sense of touch in your feet. Can you feel your feet? I know you can. Or if your feet is difficult, pick your hands or any body part that is easy for you to feel. Just feel that and see what happens in there. And when you come down in your body, you will notice there's movements happening in your body. For a lot of people, there will be like a tingle happening, slight tingle, a sense of aliveness. There's a sense of, it's moving in there. And just sit with that and see if you can spread that to other body parts. It's like your knees and your calves and your shins, allowing that to go upward. Maybe your arms. Do you see how present you are now when you're doing this? Feeling your body. You're not thinking. You're being. And when you're being, nothing is lacking. Nothing is lacking in being. Nothing is lacking when we live in the body, in the physical. When we're not in the mental. When we are in the physical, it's impossible to feel lack. And so just practicing this super simple meditation of just being in the body, noticing the sense of touch. And once you start progressing or becoming more efficient at feeling this, you will be able to feel this all the time. You walking around in the city and just being in your body and feeling all your body parts and all your body, just being inside your body and just being, living life like that, just being. Which is the most beautiful way of life, because we're being present. We are living life there. And this actually bleeds into the 4th sort of thing that I wanted to say in this video, how to get rid of lack, and that is to just learn to feel gratitude. Because when we are being, like I said in the third thing, when we are being, there's going to be a slight sense of joy, a slight sense of gratitude arising completely effortlessly, without needing to do anything at all. We realize it's just there when we're present in the body. And so with gratitude, all we have to really do is to ask ourselves, what does gratitude feel like? What does gratitude feel like? And then you can remind yourself of what gratitude feels like, and you will start feeling probably some tingles around your heart. You'll probably start feeling some movements. You'll probably start feeling some underlying joy, a sense of ease, relief, contentedness, not looking for anything. See, you're not chasing anything with gratitude. You're not looking for anything to change your life or to add something or to take away something. You're just being with yourself. You're being content with who and what you are. And you don't even need anything to direct your gratitude towards. You can just ask yourself, what does gratitude feel like again? Oh, there it is. Okay. See how you have gratitude just by asking yourself that question? You can just summon that whenever you want. You don't need to be grateful towards a specific thing, because it's you trying to force, I need to be grateful for this thing. No, you don't. You just have to remind yourself, what does gratitude feel like? I know what gratitude feels like. I felt grateful before. Maybe I haven't been conscious of it perhaps, but now I'm doing it consciously for the first time, maybe. Gratitude feels good. So with that, you take away the sense of lack as well. And gratitude is so interesting because with gratitude, it's like taking the back door into presence. Because when you're present, you're grateful, and when you're grateful, you're present. And that is the most fascinating thing. That's why all of these things that I'm teaching here or pointing towards, they point towards the same thing. They all lead to the same goal of just being present. Because when we're present, there won't be any lack. Lack cannot exist in the present moment. And so I really hope that you enjoy this video. I really hope that you got